Hello, LDX hiring team. My name is Alec Bernard Babb, and I'm going to be talking about some of my experience and my educational background that relates to this role. So this is my video application for the creative strategist or lead creative strategist role for Google and YouTube ads. So starting off with my educational experience, I did a 4-year undergraduate degree at Loyola University of New Orleans, where I studied marketing and finance. Throughout this 4-year period, I was able to secure 2 internships and a full-time or a part-time marketing coordinator role, where I was able to kind of practice some of my skills in marketing, in advertising specifically, that I can apply to this role. So let's start with my first internship, which was I was a social content intern for the Claiborne Avenue Productions, which was a production company in New Orleans. I basically made a lot of Meta, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn ads, basically promoting what the company could do, kind of some of the production services that we offered, and I was writing a lot of copy to basically get people, basically boost the visibility of Claiborne Avenue Productions because it was a growing company. So now my second internship was for the Borgen Project, which is a nonprofit that focuses on human advocacy campaigns and initiatives. So this was a self-led remote internship where I was able to create events, fundraise, create social assets, and post them to my social media. And I was also in charge of mobilizing my community. So I was calling a lot of my people in my community to call their local congressmen and congresswomen to advocate for some of the initiatives that the Borgen Project was advocating for. And then my last role, which I think tailors which is mostly directed to one of the things that I can do for LDX, is the Von Mack agency, where I was a marketing coordinator. This is where I was on a creative team that looked at the analytical and the creative side of putting out ads for some of our clients. It's a tourism marketing agency where I essentially was in charge of, I was part of a team that oversaw 20 plus of our clients, and I was managing their Google ad spend, their Meta ad spend, more on the Google ad spend side than the Meta ad spend, but because there were 2 teams. But yeah, essentially I was looking at the ad spend for both of these companies, and the budget ranges were from about 500 to 2,000 depending on the client. I was creating a lot of social ads, and I was writing a lot of SEO blog optimized, or SEO optimized blog and copywriting for a number of our different clients. So using these, or in the Von Mack agency, I used platforms such as Canva, CapCut, and Metricool to schedule out our ads and schedule out the social assets that we created for our clients. And I was part of a team that directly would receive the raw assets from our clients. So these would be like drone videos or kind of just the raw footage of what services our clients could provide. And then I would create them or make them into an ad, push them out, and then see which ads did best in each market, because we had a lot of clients that were in a lot of different areas and regions of the United States and some international regions. So we tailored them to what ads would do best in those specific regions. And we looked at, the engagement, the acquisitions, the PPC, or we worked with PPC ads, and yeah. And so by the time I graduated from my undergraduate studies, I had 2 years of professional experience under my belt, which made me eligible to pursue a new master's program that my school was offering called the Global MBA Triple Master's degree, where essentially 3 schools, one in New Orleans, one in Paris, and one in Munich, which were Loyola University of New Orleans, SKEMA Business School in Paris, and Ludwig Maximilian University in Munich, created a cohesive curriculum that satisfied each other's requirements of getting a master's. So by the time I am graduating, which will be in May 2026, I have no more class instruction, and I'm based in Atlanta, but I have to write my thesis to get these degrees. But by the time I end, I will have 3 individual degrees from each school, which will be an MBA in International Business, a Master's of Science in management from SKEMA and a Master's of Science in Management from LMU, which is like Maximilian University. So what interests me in LDX is I essentially want to be the Swiss Army knife of the marketing, PR, and advertising world. So I really want to hone some of my skills within these industries so that I am extremely proficient in doing things. My end goal is to become a manager, a creative director of a firm or a company, and I want to build my expertise from the ground up. I would say I'm 25% done with my journey to becoming a full-fledged, Swiss Army knife of the creative director world, where I can, start from the initial campaign and bring it all the way to a successful campaign based on data and the analytics that I looked at through Google Ads or Meta Ads and those things. And I also am interested in driving, just seeing how my ads or creatives that I'm in charge of can drive website traffic and drive, actionable insights based on what high quality content we're putting out. And lastly, I am interested in the LDX because of my experience with international studies and international business. I'm very interested in international expansion, and I think that that's something that I can bring to the LDX team, which I have a lot of fluency in, coming from my background, having experienced all these global perspectives and these global business worlds. Is definitely something that I can bring to the table to help you guys out in your initiatives. I'm very excited to hear back from you guys about this opportunity, and I look forward to the next steps in this process. Thank you so much for your time. And again, my name is Alec Bernard Babb.